this conference. Our next session is titled The Power of Convergence and Consolidation with Next-Gen High-Performance HSMs, and our speaker is Nicolas Kondamudi. Nicolas is a manager responsible for identifying market problems that are pervasive, persistent, and need to be solved. He assesses precisely where to focus efforts in order to address the needs of customers and solve the right problems in the right way. Welcome, Nicolas. Just give us 1 minute to start the video recording. Just give us 1 moment.
Thanks for joining the session on the power of convergence and consolidation. We're going to talk about Utimaco's u.trust Anchor HSM product line and how this product line is helping our customers with the power of convergence and consolidation. All right. So as businesses are rapidly evolving with digital transformation, protection of high value keys has become an important aspect of digital transformation. And with Utimaco's u.trust Anchor product line, with the HSM, you can protect all of your high value secrets and keys in a single place on a single crypto platform, no matter what kind of use case you are working with. So the HSM acts as a root of trust, helping you drive your digital transformation. So some of the market challenges, why did we have to do this evolve the digital transformation with u.trust Anchor, Utimaco's HSM? Some of the current challenges in the market is there is a growing demand for crypto. As businesses are rapidly digital transforming, they're creating some risks with these trends. There is an increased investment in HSMs. There is a large availability of options and flavors of crypto products. Now, I don't know which one to choose. I don't know which compliance do they meet. So it adds to the complexity. So the customer pain is its aging infrastructure. I deploy an HSM in my data center. Now it's very hard to move my keys. It's very hard to move my keys to the cloud. There is no clear migration path from on-premise hybrid to cloud native. It's siloed. I need a separate skill set for each of these HSM silos that are out there. So it's not comprehensive from a market perspective, does not cover all of the use cases. So that simply compounds the problems that some of these siloed environments are causing. So here's Utimaco's attempt in creating a converged and a unified platform where you can deploy all of your use cases on a unified platform. So this means reduced time to market, reduced discovery time, and anything that is heavy lifting, we take care of it on your behalf. So all use cases on a single platform is the ultimate solution. That's where the market is moving towards. And it makes our customers' lives easier because it's easier to deploy the crypto and easier to leverage and manage the crypto. All right, we've seen some of the challenges our customers are facing, but not only that, there's growing compliance and use cases that are really causing our customers some heartache. Mandates are evolving from day to day. New use cases are coming up on a day-to-day basis. How do I manage all of these compliance mandates and use cases? If you see there is FIPS compliance, 140-2 is going to be replaced by 140-3 very soon. PCI HSM compliance if you're using a payment HSM. So you need that compliance. You need common criteria in Europe So how do you balance all of these certifications and compliance needs on a single unified platform? So this is where we come in to enable our customers to successfully deploy, no matter what is the use case, no matter what is the compliance. You can deploy that on a u.trust Anchor HSM, which makes it much easier to manage and monitor. So typically, HSMs are deployed in silos. I briefly spoke about it early on. Uh, HSMs are complex to manage. These are black boxes, in a data center. It needs specialized skill set. It needs multiple auditors. So they're all deployed in silos for each use case. And as the silos are growing, as the use cases are growing, it just becomes a nightmare to manage them and be able to monitor. If there is an issue in one data center, it's going to bring down the entire SLA. That's going to cause some significant pain, and that has pushed us and our customers have asked us to come up with a new solution that'll give them that scalability, flexibility, so they can actually have that peace of mind with management of the HSM, the compliance, and deployability of all of the use cases that they have. All right, so we've talked about some of the challenges and some of the problems our customers are facing. So we've introduced this past summer a variant of an HSM, which is called the u.trust Anchor. Essentially, it comes in two form factors. One is a network form factor, and the other one is a PCIe card form factor, standalone HSM. So both of these HSMs can be tuned, and however our customer wants to use them, they can be tuned. If you want a really high performance, you can configure the HSM such that it can offer 40,000 RSA 2K signatures per second. Or if you want to slice and dice the HSM, if you want to have multiple containers within the HSM, it's going to act like a dedicated quality of service HSM without interference from the other containers. So you can slice the HSM into 32 pieces if you choose to. So we put all of that into our customers' hands, so that way they don't need to worry about scalability and flexibility piece. So we've invested into various segues here on the Utimaco's u.trust Anchor platform. One is a broad ecosystem. An HSM by itself is of no use. It's got to be working with all of the third-party software. So you name it, the API, we are ready to work with it. We already do work with most of the APIs that are out there, but integrations are key to the successful deployment and solution for a customer. So as I said, scalability and flexibility is the most important piece that our customers are looking for. We allow customers to create as many containerized HSMs as they want, up to 32, and then scale down or up as needed. They can configure, they can easily move one containerized HSM from one physical hardware to another physical hardware. So it makes it easier for backups and restores. You're really future-proofing your HSM deployment. Now, we're also offering a single platform that is PCI HSM certified as well as FIPS certified. That means you can deploy all of the payment and general purpose use cases on a single hardware platform. And we're combining multiple use cases. You name it. If you want to deploy a quantum mechanism, you can deploy on one of the HSMs. If you want a FIPS use case, you can deploy on one of the CHSMs that can be deployed. So overall, this reduces the operational costs, time to market, total cost of the ownership. So you can have that peace of mind. You have centralized location where you have all of your keys, all of the use cases, and you can you can be in peace that you're compliant. So let's take a little bit of some of the features of the u.trust Anchor platform. So as I said, it's a hardware platform. You can create up to 32 containerized HSMs within that platform. It is a converged platform. The reason we call it converged, because here is our attempt to converge all of the use cases on a single platform. Previously, they were siloed, as I talked about early on. It will be compliant with the 140-3 common criteria PCI HSM. If you need to also develop your own custom mechanism, you can use a custom code deployment using Utimaco's SDK to deploy your own firmware. If you want high performance, you can join as many containerized HSMs together to get that high performance up to 40,000 signatures per second. We also provide flexibility in where the key can be stored. If you choose, you can store the key internally on the HSM, or if you choose for unlimited key storage, you can put the key outside of the HSM in an encrypted fashion. So this has provided a significant advantage to our customers in terms of deploying their HSMs. So convergence through multi-tenancy is the key that aspect of the u.trust Anchor platform. Evolution of HSM architecture in the cloud, which means a lot of cloud service providers have deployed various HSMs in their cloud. So this u.trust Anchor HSM is designed for anybody who wants to commoditize an HSM. A lot of enterprises are moving towards providing HSM as a service internally to their internal stakeholders. Many organizations and enterprises have their own departments that are leveraging HSMs with various use cases. Previously, you had to provide a dedicated HSM for a single use case, and they evolved and they became multi-tenant. And again, there was a disadvantage there where a single firmware governs all of the tenants there. So if there is an issue with the firmware, if you need to do a firmware upgrade, it's going to bring the entire infrastructure down. So we've introduced a u.trust Anchor platform where you can have separate containers, and each container can have its own firmware. And that firmware can be a FIPS firmware, a non-FIPS firmware, a common criteria firmware, or it can even be a custom firmware designed to develop a custom mechanism. Now, each of these containers do not interfere with each other. You can set quotas. So let's say one of the containers is very important. You need dedicated performance. Let's say 5,000 signatures per second is required for one of the use cases. You can set quotas so that way you're guaranteed that with one container, you'll get that dedicated 5K signatures per second. And all of these resources are shared and yet cryptographically separated with quality of service and SRIOV technologies. So with all of the silos, we've enabled convergence and consolidation, meaning you can deploy payment, PIN translation, card issuance, payment processing, or if you take on the GP side, the PKI-based applications or TDE, all on a single HSM platform. You can cluster them. You can easily move a container from one to the other, still complying with the mandatory regulatory compliance like PCI and FIPS 140-2 and 3 and common criteria. We've also provided a centralized platform, monitoring platform called u.trust 360, where you can easily manage all of these HSMs seamlessly. You can upgrade a farm of HSMs, farm of containers, or a single container. You make the decision. It's all flexible, how you want to back up, how you want to restore. There is no need to do manually backups and restores and so on. So this simplifies a lot of the pain points that our customers have faced in terms of deploying the HSMs, managing and monitoring. So again, the u.trust Anchor platform, you can deploy various firmwares. That's the key piece where at the container level, at the partition level, and each of these containers can have a different use case, different firmware completely. And the entire underlying platform is certified for FIPS 140-2 and 3, and eventually the PCI HSM as well. So if you want a FIPS firmware, you can deploy a FIPS firmware. The entire silo is certified. If you want to deploy a PCI HSM firmware, Atala firmware on the second container, you can do so and still be compliant with PCI HSM. So all in all, this will help our customers to deploy all of their use cases on a single platform without having all of those silos. So it helps you scale up and scale down, easy to provision and control where your CHSMs are. and so on. And really, sky is the limit here in terms of HSM deployment. So as I said, it's unlimited use cases now, right? You can custom deploy or custom develop any use case that you want and solve any of the HSM problems that are out there, be it a payment HSM or security server, general purpose HSM, or even eIDAS use case. You can deploy on a container and be still compliant with that certification. So this is a very big slide. The sky is the limit, unlimited use cases with u.trust Anchor. So in summary, the next generation of the Utimaco products provide not only high performance of up to 40,000 signatures per second, but it'll provide true convergence for PCI and FIPS mandates and with true multi-tenancy on a single platform. So that brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you, everybody, for joining this meeting. Please visit us at hsm.utimaco.com/u.trust Anchor. There's a lot of information, white papers, data sheets, and brochures. And please reach out to us for any demos and so on. Thank you all.